The rain came down hard, so hard. It was a dark November night, cold too. The wind howled. My name is Leo. I drive for night owl rides. Usually my city Oak Haven was sleepy after midnight, especially on a Tuesday. But tonight felt different. A strange feeling crawled up my spine, like something was waiting. My phone buzzed. Beep, beep. A new ride request. It was late, very late. The pickup spot was weird. Blackwood Lane, an old, almost forgotten street. No one ever went there. Not anymore. Who would want a ride from Blackwood Lane, especially on a night like this? I shivered. Not just from the cold. Maybe I should ignore it. But a fare was a fare. I needed the money. So I tapped accept. Big mistake. A very big mistake. The app showed the route, deeper and deeper into the old part of town. The rain seemed to get heavier. Or maybe it was just me. The streetlights were few and far between. They cast long, spooky shadows. Blackwood Lane was at the end of a winding road. Trees with bare branches clawed at the sky, like skeletal fingers. It looked like a scene from a horror movie. My horror movie. And I was driving right into it. Why did I take this ride? I finally reached the address. Number 13, of course. It was an old house, dark, crumbling. Windows like empty eyes stared at me. No lights were on. Was this a prank? I waited. 1 minute, 2 minutes. The rain drummed on the car roof. Tap, tap, tap. Then a shadow moved on the porch. A figure emerged from the gloom. Tall and thin, very thin. It moved slowly, gliding almost. My car door creaked open, the back door. The passenger slid in, without a single sound. A blast of cold air filled the car. Colder than the November wind. I mean, really cold, like an open freezer. I looked in the rearview mirror. I could only see a shape, dark clothes, a wide-brimmed hat pulled low. The face was pale, so pale, like old paper. And the eyes, I could barely see them, but I felt them, staring. The passenger wore a long, dark coat. It looked old, very old-fashioned, like something from a history book. "Hello," I said. My voice trembled a little, just a little. Destination is set for Elm Street Cemetery, right? Silence, complete silence. The passenger didn't move, didn't speak, didn't even seem to breathe. Okay, this was officially creepy, super creepy. My heart started to pound. I put the car in drive. My hands felt clammy on the steering wheel. It's a rough night out. I tried again, trying to make small talk, anything to break the silence, the terrible, heavy silence. Still nothing. Not a whisper, not a nod. It was like driving a statue, a very spooky, cold statue. This was getting weirder by the second. I glanced at my rideshare app. The map was glitching, flickering on and off. The destination address. It vanished. One moment, it was there, Elm Street Cemetery. The next, blank screen. System error. It flashed. Oh, great. Just great. My phone never did this. What was going on? Did this passenger do something? A prickling sensation crawled up my neck. The kind you get when you know you're being watched. Intensely watched. I risked another look in the mirror. The passenger sat perfectly still, staring straight ahead. Those unseen eyes felt like ice. I wanted to scream. I wanted to stop the car and run, but I just kept driving. What else could I do? The silence in the car was heavy. So heavy I could almost touch it. Only the sound of the engine. And the wipers. Swish, swish, and my own ragged breathing. I felt a chill that had nothing to do with the weather. It was a bone-deep chill. A fear I had never known before. Something was very, very wrong with this passenger. And with this ride. We finally reached Elm Street. The cemetery gates loomed ahead. Tall, iron, rusted. They looked like the jaws of some giant beast, waiting to swallow us whole. This was the place, the destination. Thank goodness. I pulled the car over to the curb. The rain had softened to a drizzle. Mist curled around the old tombstones. "We're here," I said. My voice was shaky. I turned around in my seat, ready for this nightmare to be over. But the back seat was empty, completely empty. My mysterious passenger was gone, vanished, poof, like smoke in the wind. My jaw dropped. I stared. The doors were still locked. I hadn't heard anything. No door opening, no click, nothing. How? How could anyone disappear like that? It wasn't possible, was it? I fumbled for my phone. The app was working again. It showed ride completed, but no payment, no passenger details, nothing. I got out of the car. Fast, I looked around. No one. Just the rain, the mist, and the silent graves. Was it a ghost? A real, actual ghost? My mind raced. I couldn't explain it. I jumped back into my car. and I drove, as fast as I could, away from Elm Street Cemetery, away from the passenger who wasn't there. I never took a late-night ride again, especially not on Blackwood Lane.